Hello everybody, welcome. So today we're going to do something weird. Yeah, I know this probably doesn't suit me, but you know, it is what it is. Well, I'm not too bad. Could do a bit more physique, but we're not here to talk about that. Today we're going to actually be building. I've got my new table. So I've got an old table that I currently use for live streaming, and it's not bad. We'll have a look at it at the end and I'll show you what that looks like. But yeah, this is what I wanted to kind of show today, is me building the new table. The new table also has a higher and lower setting, so it can lift and raise. It can lift and lower. I don't know why I said lift and raise, because lift and raise is the same thing, but it can raise and lower, basically. Rio might end up in this video a couple of times because he is out and about. You might see his legs or his bum, like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an everything day. So let's get this open. And let's get started. Luckily, at the moment, Rio's been putting his phone on quiet. He likes it a lot quieter. So that's good for me. It means it won't show music. I won't get demonetized. To be honest, I could just wait until it shows up as demonetized anyway and undemonetize it by muting the audio. So yeah, I thought I'd go for a change. Now what it is, the reason why I've decided to get this table is when I normally play and I'm sat, I'm kind of hunched like that in order to play. I have to do that because the monitor screen is about here and your eye line wants to be just slightly off the top. Say this is the top on the monitor, your eye line wants to kind of be here and I'm having to hunch to kind of get that eye line. So with this table, it does raise. Now I've got mechanical arms on the other table, but the issue with that is, again, they provide height, they just don't do complete height that I need in order to raise it. So obviously with this table now being able to lower and raise, not lift and lower or whatever I said before, it makes it a little easier. Right, first things first. Get out all the doodads. Here's the little thing that'll instruct you to lift and raise. See, I did it again, lift and raise. To lift and lower. There's the motor, I believe that will be. You know, the little inner bits. Some of the other bits. Here's my instruction manual, which I will need. That's what it's going to look like in the end. Like that. I'm hoping it's going to fit in the space because I did ask Google Gemini to kind of give me an idea what dimensions would look like. It does say that the table itself will be higher or it should be wider than the other one before. It'll also be longer as well. But I will have to raise it above the chair arms because it might slightly go over the chair arms. I'm hoping I can connect my my clamp there for the two monitors to rest on that. I don't know if that'll be possible. It will be these, which are metal, so it should be okay. But I guess it depends on the weight capacity of what that top thing can hold. I might just have to see what we can do with that, because the thing underneath will probably need not having a huge thing on it. Here's all my lovely stuff. So I'll put them there. This will be, yeah, the motor side. So this is the motor, so this will spin as it turns to lift up the table or lower it. Oh God, this one's slightly heavy. Right, this will be one of the legs. And that's where the rod goes into, like so. So that'll probably be one of the legs. We've got these. We've got some of these. Another one of these. That is heavy. That is, the whole like motor mechanism must be in this. Yeah, it is. That's why it's so heavy. Right. And we've got this, obviously, this will store the plugs. The table does have plugs that get stored into it, so you can plug devices into the table, which is going to be pretty cool. We've got all my tools in here that I need as well. Got my little spanners and stuff. And it's got the feet on here as well. Is that the feet? No, it's not the feet. I don't think this has feet, to be honest. I think it's just... we've got whatever these are. We'll leave that for now. We'll not worry too much about that. We've got another little doodad. Oh dear. And now we have the main piece de la resistance, the table itself. Right, I'll put that table on that door there. Yeah. The other piece where the plug will obviously fit into. I'll put that over there. Oh. Not like hurting your knees, is it? And then we've got this. We've also got this bag contains moisture and static sensitive devices. Okay, apparently it's something. I don't know what that is. And I think that's it. Is that everything? Looks like everything. This is just foil and just the supports and stuff. Right, so out the way you, and let's get building. Right. So this does not look like a very particularly hard thing to build. But then again, I have done this before. Make sure I am recording it. That'd be horrible if I didn't have my microphone on and you couldn't hear anything I was saying. That was not be fun. Okay. Different. So the legs should be at the same height. Apparently there's heights on these. Yeah, I'd say that's the same height. That looks good. That looks good to me, to be honest. Right, so what is first? Let's have a look. So I have them facing towards each other, then the motor, and that goes into there, install in this position, into the motor. Right, so these should be facing each other, according to this. And we have the rod that goes into there, and then install into the position that goes into the motor, and then the motor goes where the leg is. Right, so we need this. That says motor side on it. So I'm assuming that's going into, is that going into number 2 and number 1? Hold on. Let me make sure this is correct. Let me make sure these are in the same order that it should be. Right, so that's number 1. This is number 2. And then this rod should go with this arrow into number 1, like so. and then that should go into the motor, and the motor should go on to that side. So it's saying this motor here should go into that. So let me have a look. Which way does that go in? Should go that way. And then that goes into there. Like so. And that should be number 2. Like so. Right, now number 1 and 2 should be there, and then it should be like a bracket. So number 1 and number 2 should lay down, and then there should be a bracket that kind of looks like this. The page just, yeah, the page has gone back over, hasn't it? In this position. Looks right. Rotating the motor to make sure the external rod fits into the hole of the table like 2. Attention, the column pads facing up and legs labelled facing the same direction. Which looks right. And then we should have one of these. And this should fit on to the back like so. I'm assuming it's that way, and that goes in that way. Okay. Make sure that goes in there. Make sure that goes in. There we go. That's in perfectly. Right, what screws do I need to screw into there? The X4. X4s. Make sure we got all this stuff out so I know what I've got here. Right, the screws are actually the MX6. There should be J, which is these ones. What it should be J. We're still recording, yes. Good. I don't know why my phone is really weird. And it'll record for a little bit, and then it'll just decide for on its own. It'll just say, okay, well, I've had enough now, and then it'll just turn off, stop recording. It's really annoying. So I end up having to do multiple videos because the blooming thing just decides to stop when it feels like it, which is very annoying, as you can tell. But yeah, the new table hopefully will help me out. It will help my posture greatly, even though what I'm doing right now is not really helping my posture, to be honest, but, you know, it is what it is. I had to bring it in here because I knew Rio would probably want to be in the room. And I don't want to build it in the room because the area, trying to build in the room, is really, really hard. Plus, I wanted to record me doing it. I thought, why not? Let's do a recording session. Why not record for once and record me doing it? Yeah, how cool would be that? Building together. Right, so we have got one left. So I'm assuming that's for something else. Because we have got one of the things left. One of these screws that are left. I'm assuming that's for something later. All right. Make sure that goes in. Get in then. Don't be a git. Why is it always the last screw? The last screw's like, nah, I don't want to go in. Well, you are. You're going in. Right? You're going in. That's what you're doing. Right. Make sure these are in tight. Got to be in nice and tight. That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. Right. Sorry if I yes. Right. We've done that one. Now, next is the other thing. So, are these to? Oh, these are to go on the bottom. These are to go on the feet. The feet, which is E. So we need to turn this like so. And I'm assuming these are the feet. So they should go that way. Right, and this takes what? It takes E. So hard to see with the plastic bits. There's my E's. Oh, they're there. Here's my E's. It's supposed to be... You would think they'd have like a little groove that would just perfectly fit on, but apparently not. Right, there's one of them. I'm not going to put it in tight because I need to make sure it fits well. That's what she said. Alright, enough of the... That's what she said. Let's get this done. Right, that's one leg. I don't know if you can hear the packet rattling. There's your ASMR. Don't know if you like. I've figured out over time. I absolutely hate the noise of packet rattling. I really, really do. Because I didn't know this, but I was watching Gingy. If you don't know who that is, that's a friend of the Burnt Peanuts, who I've been watching a lot of actually recently. And she opens Pokemon packs. And when she does it, she takes forever to open the packs, and she's here fiddling with them like this. It's like, let me just get it open. And I kid you not, it drives me up the fucking wall. I'm like, I've got to turn this off. I can't listen to you doing this. I can't. I'll come back when you've stopped. Because that noise goes through me. I've never had that problem. So I've figured out Pokemon packs drive me through the fucking wall with the sound. I hate the sound of Pokemon packs being opened. So there you go, a little fun fact. Should not tell people that. If I ever get captured now and tortured, I'll just endlessly open Pokemon packs. You don't think you will speak, do you, Mr. Bond? Okay. Get out the Pokemon packs. No, anything but the Pokemon. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm up. Actually, is it? Oh yeah, because I was going to say to myself then, I was like, hold on, I'm putting these screws on the bottom here, but these screws stick out. So that doesn't make sense, because if the screws stick out, then that means when I put these table legs down, aren't they going to be off balance? Because they're obviously, these stick out. They're like stick out on top of here. But apparently there is the leg things, which I think is what these were that I was looking at earlier. Where have they gone now? These are the feet. I was going to say, I was just thinking, I was like, this is not going to make sense, because when I put these tables down, because these are flat, these are just going to be propped up on the ground. Well, that's odd. Now I know. That's not so odd. You right, Tweety? Shutting door on me. It's like I don't care, Dad. I'm busy. I'll shut the door on you. But yeah, it's very warm if you can't tell here in the UK. Absolutely boiling. So, hence why I'm wearing something I don't normally wear, which is a tank top. Or whatever you want to call it. Is it a men's tank top? I don't know. What do they call them? Let me know in the comments what they call them. Men's... I think it's a tank top kind of thing. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe I'm getting that mistaken with a woman's tank top. Right. I shall make these nice and secure before we go on to the next stage. There we go. Right, now we've done that one. Now I can put on the feet, apparently, which I've just had a minute ago, and I'm too blind to remember where I put them. I'm too stupid to remember where I put them. And here we go. There we go. Makes more sense now. And there should be clearance for that of it, I believe, when that goes on. I could raise the legs a little bit anyway if need be. Raise the feet of the table so it fits. I'm a little worried this is going to be a bit too wide. Well, we'll soon see, we'll see. I'll be optimistic and just hope for the best. Right, so I need to do what? I need to use F now and screw in the... I think it said that wants me to screw the motor in somewhere. Oh yeah, I can see now. Okay. Alrighty then. Oh dear. Right, so we need screw F. The screw F is this one. A little worried because the screws need to go in. Is going to create a little bit of tension on this. Right, get these in. There we go. Another screw F, which should go in And the other plastic bit. Was it just one? I think there's two. I'm sure there's two holes. Is there not two? Or is it just the one? Times, it does say times 2. Yeah, there is. There's 2 holes. So there's another hole somewhere I need to screw in. There you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, this one should go up in here. Don't know why it asked me to put this on first. I should just put this on first. Stupid manual. Don't you hate it when manuals are rubbish and they tell you to do things in the wrong order? Because in the order it said put these on, put this on, put the motor on, put this on with the legs, and then put the bombs on. But really, this should have been kept off so I can screw this in easier. So, manual people, get it right. Sorry if you get notifications coming through my phone as well. Forgot about that. Should have probably turned the notification sound off. So you aren't going to get boop, 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 boop. Right, that's in. And then it wants me to install the 2 bracket arms, which is these, which are reluctantly tied together, which is fine. Peely peel. Peel this bad boy off. Thank you, sir. Right, this should be... Call me ever. Outside edge. Okay, like that. And then it goes on either side. Does it matter which side goes on which? Or does the not care? Looks like does not care. So MX, so what screws are these? MX, M6, X8. I don't know, mister. I have to stand in front of the camera. Yeah, go out of the way of the camera. Trying to do this, mister, and you're sticking your bum in front of the camera. B. Oh, it's B. I was like, which one is it then? Right, so this should be outside. So this should go on like this. All right. Again, just getting bruv. Sometimes these little tools, they sound like a good idea, but they're kind of annoying on the same front. There we go. Put it on a bit loose because you don't need it to be on too tight for now. And no, I'm not going to say it again, even though my brain said it. And those who know, know. You'll know. Those who know, know. All I was going to say right there. Can you get in? Can you go? Can you just lock in? Also, don't forget we will be live today. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but it's all right. We will be live again 618. There we go. Finally, got the blooming thing to go where it needed to go. There we go. And then this one goes on this side. Right. So yeah, I'm looking quite forward to testing out the new tablet. I'm hoping, like I said, it fits. But I did try to make sure that the legs fit and all that. And it would be very annoying for it not to. That was B, wasn't it? B. I need a B. Or a BB. A Habibi. Right. Oh. Come here. Right, that's that done. And now we need to put on the extra supports. Apparently, there's some extra supports. Please do not tighten the screws completely. Okay. So this needs to now go upside down. And then we need I believe it's these. Looks like these. Oh yeah, it is. Right, are we still recording? Yes. I believe we are. We better be. I'll not be happy. Not redoing it again. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. It's done. Finito. Picked the most annoying tape to hold it all together. Right, so these want to clamp onto that. So that's a B. It needs B's for this one. Get off. And then this goes on here, and then is it this way? I think it goes this way. Oh, I think it goes, okay, it goes more like this onto this, I believe. Or is it more this way onto this way? I'd say it's more that way onto that way and like that. Okay. And I've got to remember, it does say don't tighten it all the way. Right. There's another B. And then that'll go into this. I'll just put them like that, not fully in. And then that one goes onto there, and that goes onto there. Okay. Right, what's next? Oh, okay, that's the table bit. Tighten the screws completely. 100% depth. Right, so you tell me, why did you do that then? Please do not tighten the screws completely. Right, and then on the next page you say, tighten the screws completely. What? Make up your mind. Don't tighten the screws up completely. Oh, but now on the next page, make sure to tighten the screws up completely. Like what? That makes no sense. There's nothing else going in there, so it's like, why would I not want to make sure it's not 100% tightened? I don't know. But there you go. First page says not to, second page says, oh, you must make sure these are tightened. Okay. Well, just say tighten them completely in the first page, because we're going to do that anyway. Within a minute of you saying not to, and I'm going to be doing it. Duh. There we go. Right, so we've now done the frame, like so. We now need to do the tablets. Put the tables together. Oh. So, let's do that, shall we? So that needs to go there. That needs to go there. I've got to make sure I do it the right way. I have a terrible habit of doing this the wrong way. So I think this looks right, because these have the screws on. And there's only one way to put the things in, because it's going to ask me now to grab these ones. Oops. Which one are you? Put you over there. Right, put that one in there. Put that one in there. So if you didn't notice, this is more or less what the length of the table is that I work on currently. It's just one of these, or one and a little bit of these. So I'll have much, much more room now than what I had before. I believe it's a little bit bigger than this, the table I've got in there, which I'll show you at the end. But That's pretty much it. Well, you've not given me, there must be an extra one. I think we've got an extra because according to this, right. Okay, that's gone in pretty simply and easily. I think it's the right way. Let me double check. Something's telling me it's the wrong. This one's the wrong way around. This one should be this way around from looking at it. So I want to be careful I don't break these, because that would be not good. Right, so the screws seem to match. Also the surfaces look a bit better here. So I'm assuming there's something that's going to tie these together, unless it's what, when I fasten it onto there, it tightens together. We'll see. Do I need to put any glue in? Or you just wanted me to hammer them in? No, that's all he says to do, and then just put the table on top and then screw it in, as said, using screw C. So these will go on here now, like so. And then screw them in, screw C. Right, A, B, and C. See? Is that correct? Screw C. They seem a little bit big. Are you sure? Are you sure? Sure? Yes, it's screw C. X12. And it gives you, the thing here says X12 for some weird reason, and then it tells you what the screw is, which is C. So it's definitely C. My camera, I think, still working, yeah. Well, that's the first. I'm not going to put them in fully until I'm happy. Have it in. I'll do the two ends. That's normally the two I need to worry about. But yeah, the screws I put in here, like the screw holes, are really, really tiny, so I can hear it crunching as it's grabbing into the wood. It's definitely these screws. I've double checked. Maybe I should have them further in, the furthest in I can get them, and that way then it gives me a bit more clearance with the when it comes to putting it in its place. If I have it further out, it's going to make it harder to get it in. But yeah, this will be a lot wider. Well, in terms of front to back, it'll be a lot wider. I'm used to having quite a short table, so I opted for only just slightly longer, because the space in which my table goes is around 80. I think, is it 80 millimeters, something like that. With this is 120, so it's just slightly a bit bigger. So it will go over both the chair arms, but only by a fraction. And then it gives me a little bit more space to obviously work on, because it is kind of annoying having very limited space. The only problem I've done recently that's going to kind of be a little bit annoying is I bought another mouse mat the other day, and it's going to be too small for the table. I wanted it table size, but to be honest, it's not going to make that much of a difference. The new mouse map's pretty good as well. All these kind of things have got off Gemini AI, and asked Gemini and what's like the best mouse pad for CS2 and what's the best mouse pad for this and that and the other, to kind of give me an idea what I should potentially use. So it gave me its best advice on what to use. Right, I'll worry about this because I can use this to screw them in the rest of the way. There we go. Right, let's do the other side. There we go. So no, there's another 2 screws on that side, isn't there? Yeah. There's plenty of screws. Right. Right. That's that one in. Right. There we go. There we go. There's some more screws here and here. I wonder what these are for. Right, if I go sideways, let's just screw this in a bit better. Kind of don't want to use this drill because I think I've damaged one of the. I've not damaged it, but I slightly over tightened it. That it's kind of. It's not gone in. It's not that it's not gone in properly, but it's kind of maybe made the hole a bit bigger than it should be. So I don't want to risk doing that again. That's why I'm opting to just do it by hand. Sometimes it's just better to do it by hand. There we go. And then come over this side. Let me move the table slightly over so I can see. Right, where is my screws gone? Yeah. Yeah, I noticed when the wood kind of pulled, it's kind of pulled some of the wood up. You can see like flakes from the wood. And I think that's caused a little bit of damage on that one there. I didn't really do it that hard either. I only did it a tiny bit. But I definitely don't want to be doing that again. Damaging more screws. Come on, you. Why is it always the last couple of screws that are the most annoying to get in? Gonna go in? We're just gonna be awkward. Oh. Would be nice if I had some gloves. I've got a glove somewhere, which is what I was looking for just a minute ago, but I don't know where it is. That kind of would have helped. Need to make sure this goes all the way in. Right, we'll do this last one. There you go. Oh, yeah. Right, if I turn all the torque down to really low, down to 4, it shouldn't be that bad. There we go. Yeah, not going to do it hard, just do it loosely so it's in. Right, there we go. That's that bit in. Right, now what we're going to do, table's on. Okay, yeah, we've done that. Hold on. It would be better if I held the book up the right way around. I'm like, why is this not making sense? Right. So we've done that. We've done the wood. We've put the wood in. We've done the things there. Now there should be like a weird looking bracket thing that protects the other bit, which is these. How many is there? Just one? Right, so this should go here, like so. And then what do I need for that one? I need C. C for that one. Is it C for all of them or C for, hold on. No, it should be C and B. So there should be 2 C's, 1 B, 1 B. So 2 C's and 1 B. 1 B will obviously be this one. There we go. And then these will go in here. Just loosen that up just a little bit. There we go. Now, actually, I'd be better off just using this because I'm not going to be able to get in there with that. Okay. Yep, still recording. Goody, goody, good. There we go. Oh, yeah. We've done that. Now we need to add on the monitor thing, which will go on number 10. That'll go on, is that on the left side or the right side? Well, I know it's this side. Oh, I can see it now. I was like, where? Where? Let's go here. Right, and what does that screw in with? That'll screw in with C. Yeah, C. Okay. A, B, C. A, B, C. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3. 1. Do, 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 you and me, girl. Got Michael Jackson stuck in my head now because of that. It's your fault, table. Right. Take a little bit of film off the front. There we go. And this will fit into here, like so. There we go. I've got that little bit there. Oh my knee. Right. Now we've got that in. You want me to now put in the other thing that will screw in. Okay, so this is the other piece. That's the plug. That's that. Where's the other piece? Or is that? Oh, you're on about that piece. I'm confused now. Which one? Which piece are you on about? Or are you on about this plug? Show me like a weird. Oh, show me like these. Looks like these kind of things. What the hell are these? Are these like the cable? I'm guessing these like cable ties. Yeah, it's cable ties basically. It's basically like holes for cable ties. I don't know where they go though, because there's not showing any hints to what those holes are, unless it's these. But that doesn't make sense. I don't know. For now, I'm not too bothered about them, to be honest. I don't really need cable ties. We'll worry about that later. Yeah, they are the cable ties. So why do you want me to put them? You want me to put them where? Oh, okay. So these are basically, these here, these are basically like the hooks that go on the end, so you can put stuff on the end of the table. I might not bother putting these on for now, but basically if you've got headset or peripherals you want to hang on to the edges of the table, you can do. To be honest, I don't really like doing that, so I think I'll leave that off. And then where do these go? These go, oh, therefore, yeah, therefore the other, oh, that's the thing, where is the other bit? There's supposed to be another bit of the table. I'm confused.com, where are they? Where's that? We've got a bit of table missing. Oh, no, we haven't. I'm just blind and stupid. It's here. I'm stupid. That's what I am. Stupid. Oh, right. Finally, I can stand up. Oh. And there we go. There is the table. Ta-da! I'll show you a proper look at it once we finish it off. So now I need the other grippers, these things, these ones here, and these will grip onto the table apparently at the back here somewhere, and these hold up the other top bit, which will go on here eventually as well. So what do we need for these ones? We need K for these ones, okay? We need a K for these ones, JK. Oh. Right. Where's the... Is it, which side is it on? Is it this side? Yeah, it's on this side. There should be holes. I'm not seeing any though. We'll leave that for 2 minutes. There's none on top of the table, so I don't know about that. Now we've got this, which will fit in the top of here. So that goes, feeds through the table, like so. And then that'll just plug in like so. Bit of a mark on the top of the table, that's great. Only just got it. There's already a mark. I might have them the opposite way though, because I think that way would probably be better. And what does that get screwed in with? It doesn't say. I'm assuming they are like the other screws I put in before, because it looks like that kind of screw hole. Looks like it's a job for more C's. I think that's what it is. It doesn't really tell me. Kind of weird that you don't tell me how to put that one in. Should I screw that in? Cheers, book. It doesn't tell me that bit. It just says, nah, I'm not going to tell you how to screw that one in. You're just going to have to guess. And I don't know how to screw these in because these don't have anything to screw into. Apparently it's supposed to take 2 L-shaped screws. But there is no holes for the L's. Oh, hold on. I tell a lie. It takes 2 M screws. So it doesn't take them ones. As I assumed, it takes 2 L screws, which are basically the same thing, but they're just smaller, which makes more sense. That's better. Looks nicer. Again, I don't know if I really wanted to put these in, but we'll put them in anyway. But having this like freestanding, so I could take it in and out, would have probably been the better idea rather than screw it in. I can always take them out later if it annoys me. There we go. So that's that done. We've got that done. And we've got this plug, which will plug into obviously this bit under here. So this plugs into this. Like so. And then that can plug into there, like so. Then we just got those cable tie things. I think that does these cable tie things just stick on, don't they? Yeah, they just stick on. So I could just put them anywhere I wanted, to be honest. There's basically little things that stick on. You basically take the bottom off and you can stick them wherever you want to stick them. Oh, I don't even know what time it is right now. I'm hoping I'm not late for stream. Not according to that time. On there, I'm not. How do these go? Oh, I think it goes. Does it go like that? And then you tighten? I think that's how you go. Yeah. Oh, well, it feels like it because I can't get it back out now. Oh, you just lift it. Okay, yeah, you just lift them. Okay, that's fair enough. And I'll put this one here. And then these ones, I'll have a look. I'll have a look for them ones. And then all I have to do then is tangle it up like so. And there we go. And then I can tangle this one up here. And then put that one. Cool. All I've got to do is be careful it doesn't get tangled in this thing over here. Right. Now is the testing time, I guess. I'm hoping I've done it right. Because this table should lower and raise. I've not tested it yet. So here comes the answer of truth. Will it work or not? Yay! How tall does it go? Holy crap. Oh, that's as tall as it goes. Oh, cool. All right, let me lift this up so you can see. This is how tall this thing goes. But there we go. You got your device here and then you just press. So it goes up to 116 in height. Then you've got number 1, and it'll lower to where it's supposed to go. Hopefully I can see this because I can't really see myself. You can see it. Yeah, that's 0.72, look, on there. And then we've got number 2. There you go, that is so cool. But as you can see, this table is about the same width. It's a bit bigger in width actually than what mine is. But the table I've kind of got, it kind of goes to around about there. That's kind of where it is. It kind of goes about there somewhere. So you don't get the full, but that's cool that it goes, I can actually stand here. Now the only problem I've got, I'm going to leave that up there 2 minutes just to show you, is there's this piece here that's supposed to fit onto these. But the issue is, literally, there's no screw holes. There's no screw holes. So, and I looked at the other side, look, there's none at the other side. And that's at the right place because that's where that is, and that's the only place you can screw that into. So why is there no screw holes on this side? That's what's confusing me. There's supposed to be some screw holes, and then you put the K one in. Oh dear. It says there, like, there's supposed to be holes for the clamps, and then it takes an X4, like it shows down here, an X4 to screw them in. But there is no screw holes. So I'm totally confused.com. Now, is it the end of the world? Not really. It is a little bit annoying because I do kind of need them in a way. What is X4s look like? Or whatever it's called. What are they called? And then K, L, J, so these are the kind of the screws it needs. These ones. Well, I am confused. I don't know. And I can't have put the tables together the wrong way around because you can't. There was only one way for the wood because, as you notice, when I slot the wood together, they both had that wooden little chip thing in the middle. So it's not there, and it's not obvious on the sides, and it's not on the other side. It's not also on. I mean, it's not on the top. Look. Let me do 0.6 so you zoom out a little bit more for you. It's not on the side. Now the problem I've got mainly is that this is here. Because when I put my clamps in for my monitor arms, it's going to have to clamp there if I can. I'm not going to be able to do it there. Unless I take that out. And even then, the arms might clamp into that hole. So it kind of defeats the object of this plug being here. Can't believe that. Okay. Dirty Mac. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can clean that off because that'll dry me up the wall. I've got a cloth. I've got a cloth, look. It's better. I absolutely hate getting new stuff and then having marks on it. I don't mind eventually getting marks on it because I won't be bothered. but when it's new, please, no marks. Thank you. But yeah, we've got a problem. So they're supposed to screw on like that, but there's nothing for them to screw into because the holes that should be on the table are not on the table, and there's none on the other side of the table, as I showed before. Look, there's no holes above here. This screwed in here because the holes were pre-existing for there. And as you look underneath, there's no holes. So it's not like I've put this in the wrong place. I have, because that's where it goes. And there's no holes on this side. So yeah, I don't understand what's happened. Why it's not got no holes. Now I could, like I said, I could drill and screw in with those other screws, but I'm a little bit reluctant to do that because I wanted something that was quite strong, so that when I put my other monitor arms on, they would have, sorry about the flickering, they would have enough weight, because this is the wood that obviously would be here. I was hoping that these were going to be strong enough to hook in and then hold the weight of the table. And then hooking my mechanical arms, because I've got two mechanical thingy arms that will hooking, and that will hook to this. But I don't know. I'm going to leave it here because there's no point in me doing it anymore, because I can't really do it with that. I'll have a look in a minute, and if I figure it out, I might do a quick recording just to show you what that looks like. But I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I might be able to buy some extra that I can clamp on. That might be good enough to use for that, but I don't really want to screw with the other screws, because even though they are quite chunky, I'd be more worried that it won't securely hold this tight enough with these. And then if they come loose or it snaps, then my whole mechanical arms with my monitors on, very expensive monitors, will then collapse on the floor or just snap. So I'll have a look, is what I'll say to that. We shall have a look-ski. But let me show you the other table. I also don't know what this is. A bag contains moisture and electrostatic sensitive devices. Storage temperature, installation surface must be smooth, clean, and dry. The power of the LED components can be fixed on the surface on sharp edge. Strip should not be collided or crushed. Strip can be cut following the cut lines. The LED strips must not exceed 5 meters. I don't even know what they are. You know what? We should find that out, shouldn't we? Together. Background. Sorry if it's swapping the camera around annoyingly, but let's lower this down so you can see me again. Actually, let's do it this way. Would be beneficial. Hello, everybody. Going down. There we go. This is so weird, so stupid. Right, give me 2 seconds. I feel like I was out of Austin Powers, one of the Austin Powers bits where he's waiting and you see it going down. Oh, I've seen these in the thing. Oh, so they are LEDs. It's an LED strip. What's this for then? What's the point of this? So it plugs into the USB, but it's basically this. As you can see, the LED lights, and they're just attached. I don't even think I'll bother putting this on, because what's the point? I don't even know why I've got these. But basically it's this. I might have a look at it later, but for now, I don't really care. It's the table I wanted, not fancy lights. I'm not going to a rave or a party, thank you very much. I'm just going to a thing. I'm just trying to fix my blooming table so it's ready. But there we go, all done. So we've now got a working table that can go up and down. There we go. It's pretty cool. I like the table. Apart from the weird thing with them being no screws there for that is kind of odd. And I've looked all over the table. There's no holes for them at all. As you can see, the reason why I kind of wanted them to fit, look, is they are quite beefy holes. So that'd be quite good. Let me just double check, because that might be just what's fitting into the table. Hold on. Where's my book? Could that be what's fitting in the table and then there's something to screw it underneath? Maybe the screws of these are supposed... No, because there's no holes. No, they're just supposed to screw in... I'm so confused. So yeah, L screws to do that and K screws to do the other. So these are supposed to connect using K screws. And then the L screws, which are the ones I showed you earlier, are the ones that's supposed to connect underneath. Right, sorry about that. It cut off because I've ran out of storage, apparently, on the phone. So I'm going to leave this briefly here. So there we go. We've got the table. I'll have a look at it. Actually, let me just while we're here. You right, sweetie? You okay, my cheeky cheddar chicken? So here's the old table. This is what it looks like. I've got a new mat on there, as you can see. But this is the old table. But you can see, like, if I sit down, how, like, kind of low these monitors are quite low. And this is the length of the table as it is here. You can see it's about one and a little bit of the table that's in there, and I've got double the length, which will be out here. So that will help a lot. Where's... Yeah, thank you. Right. Anyway, that's mainly the table anyway. I don't need to show it too much, to be honest. I have to be careful because Rio's taking his shorts off. He's probably got them wet with an ice lolly, and he's taking his shorts off. So I don't want it to be seeing him in his underwear. So I'll go and see to him in a moment and get that sorted. But there we go. We got the table. Well, kind of, nearly. Anyway, that's what I've been getting up to today, and we'll be streaming later on the new table. So, or hopefully, unless I have any more problems, but yeah, we'll get to them as we get to them. Anyway, there you go. And size of the table is much bigger from where it was before, because it was more like that big. The table, we've now got it that big. It's much bigger surface with the monitors at the back. Should be a lot better. I might have to try and clamp them there for now, next to the plug, just for now, and then I'll figure out what to do, whether or not I attempt to screw these in with something else, or if I look into another way of doing it, because I really kind of wanted those screws to be in there, because with them being K screws, they may have that metal attachment like this, which would be quite strong for holding them in. If I don't have them for the other ones, then I'd have to use the wood screws that we were using before. And the only problem with that is they might just rip out and then fall on the floor. So it might be pointless me doing it that way when I could be using this. So I'll have to have a look. Anyway, I'll combine these together on the PC when I get a chance, and then we'll upload this video showing off the new table. Anyway, salute you all. Hopefully you all had a good day. I have had a particularly okay day. I'm still recording on my mic, can't I yet? So there we go. Salute you all. Bye for now.